the main harness is going to go through the firewall. I just pulled the part of the grommet out, and I will reinstall that when I'm putting everything back together. I ran the power to the second spot that was open for me, and the horn cable I just wrapped up right here. I mounted the horn to an existing hole, looked like that one right there, just mounted it there. And I used one of the Polaris bolts, one of the very common Polaris bolts, like this one here. They're all over the machine. I have some extra ones, so that's what I used. And it just self-tapped right into that hole. The headlight wires ran down an existing hole here. I just, you could feel where that existing cable went through there. And the wire off of the back of the light, this one just connected through that hole down there, ran it on the other side of the sway bar mount, and zip tied it up there to the thermometer wire. The other one I ran very similar. Ended up the hole that I ran the other side through was full of cables, so I just ran it in front here, ended up in the same spot down underneath, and did the same thing on this side. And then zip tied those secure. Now inside, I took the gauge cluster off because I did tie into the gauge cluster. To integrate the turn signal kit with your indicators in your gauge cluster, you have to remove the plug and insert 2 wires into the plug that goes into the back of the gauge cluster. The gauge cluster removes very easily just with 2 body clips right here. It tips forward, and then you have to remove this plug. There's a tab that's underneath as the plug is oriented on the gauge cluster, but you have to press that down with your thumb and then just pull that plug off. Set the gauge cluster aside, and then in order to remove these 2 tabs to get those loose so you can open this cover, just pop that open like that. And then this here can be a little bit tricky, but if you just take a pick and press on the little catch, the little white catch that's right there, and just lift up on that gauge or on that dark plastic piece, it's going to lift up enough on one side. Then you do it to the other side. And then this dark plastic will come off of the white. And this is going to allow you to insert those 2 new wires. You can see that the new wires are these ones that aren't wrapped up with the original harness. And they're marked number 6 and 7 here. And in the instructions, it'll tell you which color to insert into which slot. But in order to open up those slots, they're all filled with plugs. And you just pull those plugs out. They're just little blue plugs like that. And discard those. You won't be using those again. And then you insert the wiring. You want to make sure that all your wires, you push them past these little tabs that catch the wire, and then pull them back so they're not sticking out too far. There's no up or down with the plug. You just insert the wire in there far enough and then pull it back. And then route the wiring out the plug and just snap it all back together so you can reassemble the gauge cluster. And then push or put the dark cover back on before you plug it in. There you go. I did not have to remove the head unit. A lot of times I have in the past, but I didn't have to do that. So I'm going to secure this wiring however it needs to be secured so it doesn't vibrate and doesn't rub on anything. I ran the light, the new light in the bumper. You get a switch with our kit for that right here, so I just ran it to this plug's location. And there is enough wiring you could probably reach to the other side of the steering wheel, but we'll put it there for now. I had to remove the whole plastic section underneath, like the bottom, at the bottom of the dash, and that was easy to remove, but that was so I could route the wiring through the tunnel and then inside the cab behind the dash. So that can be run straight out the front of the firewall, and it can be run down there and routed up here somehow. And then there is a hole right up here where you can get back into the machine. So to get at this tunnel, you have to remove the 4 body clips on each side, and then under here, let's see if I can see that. Sometimes there's body clips in that hole there, and then one over here. Now on my front tunnel, I did not have body clips. On the back, I had 1 body clip down here, but it's the same type of securing back here. You do have the power cable possibly here, depending on the model of Ranger you have. I didn't have to unplug that. I just routed the wires through there. I have to secure the wires here as well, but I just ran it through a pretty wide opening right there above the gas tank. On the rear, this is the new wire for the harness, and I'm just going to zip tie it to existing wires here. I went through a hole just like the camera wiring is, and then that is routed to the first brake light. Now I'll close the box. So we route the wires to the driver's side brake light, and then I'm going to secure this underneath here just to this existing wire. I loosened this heat shield so I could get this wire up above that, so I'll do that, and then I'll tighten up that heat shield again. That's just a T40 bolt. And then it runs through to the passenger side. The rear lights are really easy to remove. You just remove these 2 10mm bolts, and then just kind of work the light, kind of push it off that way is what worked for me to get it to loosen up. This kit was very similar to other kits that I had installed. I've only installed Ryko Moto kits up to this point, but about 8 of them on our own machines. So that's how I ran the wires. I'm going to secure them down now and put everything back together. I probably have about, I don't know, 4 hours into this install total. Let me know if you have any questions at flatlanderoffroad@gmail.com. Thank you.